This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey. I'm Catherine XCX with my glasses on. These aren't the kind she wears, but it's the kind I have today.
And I'm Lord.
And girl, it's so confusing sometimes. This will come out in 1981.
So yeah, we're playing with time. We're playing with like the
This will come out so far from when I'm gonna do the apple dance at my wedding, which will be in like 7 years. And I'm gonna make everyone do the apple dance at my wedding.
So we are playing with
Time
and the idea of linear time. So we're gonna release episodes from the past.
Okay,
This is gonna
that's
come
amazing.
out in 83. And so that'll be a chance for listeners from 1983
when my parents were in college. So they can go back
And they can learn the apple dance.
and they can learn the apple dance straight to the core.
This is a podcast
Okay,
about boys sex.
and I'm Catherine.
And I'm Patrick, and this is
Seek Treatment, a podcast about boys, sex, fucking raw or with condom, and dating and love.
Whatever feels safe to you. Safe sex.
Safe
That was always like the thing. Like have safe sex.
sex.
Safe sex. Do you practice safe
Do you
sex?
Are you having safe
The
sex?
number one question of the 90s and answers are you doing safe sex?
Remember when Moesha's mom?
Are you being safe?
Remember when Moesha's mom found birth control in her bag?
That was the plot line
Of every show.
Yes. I just unlocked a memory, you know.
Let it rip.
Of the only time my mom
and then we'll bring in the G.
And yes, and this is the only time. It's core in my memory because it's like the only time I can remember my mom like engaging with me on a topic. I'm lying on my floor of my grandma's house where we lived that year when I was 9. And I'm watching the television show Smart Guys starring Taj Mowry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very special episode.
I can picture the poster where he's like,
Yes. You know, he's gay now.
I love that.
I only found
You know
out.
I support gay people.
Okay. So it's a very special episode wherein Smart Guy and his friend have been invited to an older man's home because the older man is a video game designer, quote unquote, and he wants to take pictures of Smart Guy and his friend in their underwear pretending to
Oh
surf
my God, this plot
to
line.
put them in a video game. And it was like, that was the episode. The lesson was like, don't do that. And my mom was like, don't do that. And I was like, I won't.
There was a guy at my church
No.
who my parents didn't want at our house
Really?
for smart guy related reasons, allegedly.
Okay. that's
Alleged.
right.
Now
that we've tackled that. Now that we've tackled that issue.
I'm so excited to have absolute family on the pod today. Put your ears open for Emmeline Clein.
Emmeline,
Look at your nails.
Yeah, they're neon. That's like caution.
Caution.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Watch out for what?
I don't know.
Well, let's say this first. I had my big party last night. Saw you for 0.1 second.
Well, I came up to you like literally like a creepy fan because
No,
I saw
you were
that you.
being nice.
Well, I saw that you were maybe going to be between conversations, so
Yeah,
I thought
I
I would
know.
like sort of really like take my moment.
I
But
was
then
wedding mode.
I
I
didn't
was
bring my
wedding.
friend with me, so I felt like I looked like a creepy fan because I was alone. And then you had to go
If
to
I
the other
didn't know you,
conversation.
maybe, but because I know you, I go,
Yeah,
that's my friend. She's saying hi to me.
Did you? So you brought a +1.
I did bring a
So
plus one.
let's
briefly.
dissect.
And by the way, my song +1 drops as part of my album, Overdressed, on November 15th.
And is that in the new special?
No.
Why? Oh, sorry. So the album.
So the
is,
album is a combination of old and new songs from both from
Right,
both
right.
specials and then new. It's kind of just like a
But +1's in the old special.
+1 never made it.
That's
into
what I
a
thought.
special.
But so that's interesting.
That's why I'm bringing it. From
I love +1.
Well, it's a holiday song and it's technically a holiday album.
Okay.
Well, and it's about to be the holiday season.
Well, it's a holiday season.
And you know it's my birthday coming up.
Happy
and
birthday.
you know, happy. And whenever I see you and Patty together, no matter what time of year, I go, "Happy birthday to y'all."
Me and Patty
Harrison.
Harrison. Oh my God, you know you blank. Me and Patty Harrison have the same birthday,
Oh my God, amazing.
and it's Halloween proper.
You were born on Halloween?
Proper.
Wow.
Properly.
Do you feel spooked on your birthday?
I do. You know, it's never like it was always fun growing up because like
Double.
when I go into that CVS right on like October
Mommy
16th,
can't say no.
and
Yeah.
there's like. Well, no, it's just like to see all the Halloween stuff out. It's like there's a Pavlovian. It's like when you see Christmas things out, but for me, it's like I'm sure no one else has that strong of a response to like plastic pumpkins. But for me, there is this feeling of like this is about me.
It is about you.
And but then famously, and I love horror. Like I love horror movies. I always have, but only slasher, not ghost.
Okay.
And that's where we come together and I say only ghost, not slasher.
Oh, interesting. You don't like blood?
Well, there's blood in
Well-
ghosts. Sometimes this is every ghost. It's like, and then a woman starts eating glass. It's like, don't do that. Then she kills herself.
That's
And you're
what
like, oh my
I
god.
like. I think that's cool.
So like, but you know, I've always liked horror. It's never been an issue. It's never been a big deal. I'm at my house probably 5 years ago. My family's house. We're all there. My siblings. I'm one of 6. I'm the second. My brother after me. We're all chatting. It's like literally like not anywhere near Halloween, and like there was a new horror movie coming out, and I wanted to say that, and I wanted to see it, and I said something about wanting to see it. My little brother, in this way, that betrayed that he like
Which
had
one?
the one that you're sexual with.
In theory, not in practice.
Not in practice.
Are you safe?
I do have sex.
Do you have safe sex with
I have had safe sex with your brother in my dream.
So literally,
Oh my god, he's really cute.
you know when someone.
Is it really sexy when he's putting the condom on in your dream?
The dream was him putting a condom.
But you know when someone snaps about something and it's like, oh my god, you've thought about this for like quite a while,
Yeah.
perhaps
Oh,
your whole
wow.
life. I was like, I want to see that horror movie. He's like, we get it. You like want to make horror your thing because your birthday's on Halloween.
Oh my god.
It was
old was he?
crazy. He was like literally like 24 probably. I was like, you've thought about this for 20 years.
so funny.
So,
And I was like, that has nothing to do with it. I was like, that has nothing to do with it.
reminds me of when I was in my abnormal psychology lecture sophomore year of college, and my roommate and best friend Rebecca was sitting next to me, and she was like kind of picking at her lunch during the lecture, and I took my fork and got a meatball, and she goes, "Stop eating my food!" And it was like she'd been waiting our entire friendship to say,
Yeah.
"Stop eating my food," because
Yeah.
I did always eat her food
There's
because she
someone,
doesn't eat a lot.
There's someone in my life right now who's like very defensive about me eating their food.
Cool.
No, that's not who you think.
Oh, okay. Even cooler.
I think it's really important to eat other people's food and also your own food and all the food.
We want to ask
Honestly.
you, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm totally fine.
Tell them what you went to. You were at the after party for my party that I wasn't invited to.
I don't think you weren't invited. I'm sure you were invited.
I was invited with like a half. I was like limply
Well, I didn't know
invited.
about that, and I would never have let that stay.
You know what? Maybe I wasn't invited because I knew I wasn't going to go.
I think
Yeah.
they thought you were too healthy and celebrity and probably
Healthy.
had.
Who is
in
they?
celebrity.
Who's like show running this?
It's thank you, Mr. Hollywood's in town. It's like a Houston young East Village
Yes.
conglomerate.
You're a
contingent.
Houston Beast.
No,
she's young East Village.
I'm,
No, I know you're-
I'm in absolute
Where's your
Hasidic
house?
Crown Heights.
Okay.
I'm
No,
right
but-
where it becomes
New
Hasidic.
segment. Where's your house?
But no, I'm
I'm
not
right
saying
where it becomes Hasidic.
I'm not saying you're currently Houston based. I'm saying, are you from Houston?
No,
we met through a Houston.
we
friend.
met through a Houston friend, but I grew up in Washington D.C., our nation's capital.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It was actually pretty boring. Although the sniper,
I
no one
remember.
talks about
No
the
one-
sniper.
Sniper?
No
in
one talks about
2003,
the sniper.
there was a sniper, and get this, it was like this guy in a van driving around just shooting people.
What?
Were you
It's
scared
crazy.
of the new segment? Were you scared of the sniper?
I was so scared of the sniper. I was in 3rd grade. I had just started a new school. I had no friends. And you were supposed to get dropped off at school. Everybody's parents drove them to school because the sniper could be anywhere. You didn't even have recess for like multiple months. And my parents were like, we live 2 blocks from the school. Can you just like walk in a zigzag pattern? Because if you were outside, you were supposed to walk in a
zigzag
zigzag pattern.
pattern? The
So
sniper-
imagine me zigging and zagging in 3rd grade and
Yeah.
my friends trying to get to
Shocking.
school without being sniped.
That's shocking. That's
It
shocking.
was really crazy. So that was the most
I know.
interesting
That
thing
was a
about it.
huge deal. I was in high school. Wait,
I don't
wait. So
remember
you
that.
just said you were 8 years old.
I'm
So
30 now.
It's now illegal for me to be in conversation with you. I told a story to a 23-year-old.
She's 30. It could be crazier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
that
I'm
isn't
basically
crazy.
an old
Last night there was
hag.
someone who was young.
Yes, and that person. Last night.
Yeah,
there
who was the
was-
youngest person at the party? Was there anyone underage?
They should have worn a special crown. They should have worn whoever's the youngest at the party should have worn a special crown.
It might have been my amazing assistant Carly,
I know it
who's
was.
been promoted to social media manager.
She's
Oh my God, congratulations, Carly.
And I loved her new hair. I didn't even recognize. These are
She's
the people.
so amazing.
These are the,
She's so special to me. I can't even begin to tell
these
you.
are the people that had amazing hair, and I didn't even recognize them because their hair has changed since I saw them last at the
Okay,
party last
okay.
night. Carly,
Uh-huh.
Allison, your cousin.
Allison's hair did look. I didn't really get to talk to her.
Your
enough.
hair looked amazing.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Oh my
I did my
God.
own HMU last
Girl
night.
boss alert.
You know what? And thank you, alert. And you know what? The thing with getting your HMU done is, of course, it's a luxury. It's fabulous. I know that Lisa Barlow does it every
Yeah.
day by choice, but it takes forever.
Yeah.
And I would rather just get on with it and do it myself.
Are you watching the new Salt Lake City? Not to like. Get
No,
into
I'm going to.
Can I just say one thing? This is not a
Yeah.
spoiler. It's true. First of all, the new season of Salt Lake City is restoring my faith in genre parody.
Oh,
Really?
amazing.
Because it literally could be read by comedians, and you'd be like, "This is such a funny parody of Real Housewives."
Oh my
Okay,
god,
wait, I
I
But
can't
can't
like,
wait.
but because the women believe in the stakes, you too believe in the stakes, and so I'm always like, should I? Because whenever I have an idea, I'm like, well, genre parody is stupid. Like the stakes never feel real. If I ever want to do like, and also every gay guy in the world is doing a like horror comedy about like being gay. It's actually like,
And
Oh,
often
I-
they even have ghosts.
and I will not participate in it. Like I will not.
I don't know how to tell you that I don't want this.
What'd you say?
I don't know how to tell you
No, that wasn't for you. That was for me.
Oh, you said it was for us.
Well, it's for everyone, but it's like mainly for me. But I just
Okay.
meant like, what's
Look at
mine
this,
is
look at
yours.
this living on the fucking edge. That girl's about to fall over.
Wait, so Mary
Pick her
calls
right up.
There's a new girl. I just want to say this one interaction that made me laugh so hard. Like, there's a new girl, and she just wanted to make friends, and she came over to Mary and another new girl, and they were both wearing like couture, and so she was like, "I love your costumes." Just trying to make.
She
a
said, "I love your
compliment. She was
costumes?"
nervous. Like she just wanted to make a compliment.
Was it a costume party?
No, it was fashion. It was a couture, but they were
It was just their
crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it was
they were
crazy.
like structures.
And
it was
so
structural.
there were structures. And so they're like, Mary's like, these are not costumes, this is fashion. I have a whole room in my house that's all my fashions. And woman's like,
My
oh,
fashions.
and the woman's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, yeah, well, growing up we didn't have very much, so I like to have, all my things. And she's like, oh, I totally get that. Like, I grew up poor, and Mary's like, I didn't say I was poor. Why would you say I'm poor? And the woman's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you just said, no, don't ever call me poor. And then like, the woman's like, I'm sorry. Well, I, grew up. We never had enough. I remember stealing bread rolls and putting them in my purse. And the other woman at the party goes, well, that's okay. And Mary goes, no, that's not okay to steal bread rolls. Like, and she just like was so mean for no reason. And then later, like, the woman was sat next to Mary at the dinner. And Mary's like, I can't even relax. She's gonna steal my bread roll. And then and then Mary goes, and she did it recently because you don't have a purse when you're little.
Also,
was
I misheard
so
You
you.
don't have a purse when you're little.
I misheard you at the beginning, and I thought you were saying bread bowls, and I was imagining her just being like a repeat offender at Panera.
Oh my
just
God.
constantly stealing bread bowls.
Bread bowl.
I miss
They're
bruschetta.
so-
I know.
You picked two at the Panera.
Forget
Me
it.
and my college friend used to call it because like there was that you pick two deal.
Yeah, of
But it
course.
was still really expensive, so we used to just call it that you pick two expensive options and pay for them both.
Then you do.
Still hits.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have that the death lemonade at the time.
Oh my god, it was so before that.
Oh, I want to
time.
have that lemonade.
Me
do you
too. I
know
want to try. I
what?
want to live on the edge.
A doctor, aka a masseuse, told me not to sit like this, but it feels so good.
I'm
This
so
is better
looks
than
healthy.
This is better. No, it's the way she told me not to sit was how I was sitting before. Now I'm trying to be good.
I'm
But
positive I look bad the way I'm
but
sitting.
I definitely
let
look
me tell
bad
you
the way
this.
I'm sitting. You
This
look
is not
amazing.
gonna look good
We
on camera.
met-
Can you take a picture of how I look on camera and text me it? I just want to
imagine
know.
looking like this right now.
I would rather look like that than this.
This is what girls who have podcasts wear.
I wish I was wearing a
I
Carhartt.
I have a sweatshirt in my bag, but I wanted to be cuter.
You
but
look
I
really
don't
cute,
think
but
I-
girls who have podcasts, I'm learning when I look online, they all wear this.
Actually, you know what? Like when I get TikToks,
Alex
they are.
Cooper,
They are.
she'll be like full beat, but like
Yeah.
in sweats. Like I want her to know about me.
But can I tell you something?
What?
I wish I was wearing a Carhartt hoodie right now.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I'm not wearing it. And this has like been washed too many times, so it's too soft. So I just know it's sitting on me weird.
It looks good to me.
I don't care.
You look great.
I don't care. We met
Let me say it.
because
We got the text in.
Emmeline wrote the most amazing book
Thanks,
that
queen.
literally changed my life.
Okay,
How has
yeah.
it been in the
Oh,
aftermath? Because we did your fabulous book event. Like, was that like a year ago?
It was in February. So,
okay, so not a year.
Yeah.
It's not. Wait, February.
like
And what month is it now?
it's 10. We're in month 10. So it was
That's
8 months
crazy.
ago.
That
'cause
was
February
so
is 2.
fun.
It was so fun. You
So
were
how
so
are you
amazing.
feeling? You had the whirlwind of it coming out, and then I saw you were with a bunch of famous authors 2 seconds ago on your Instagram.
I was in
Which
the same way
authors?
that in this Susan Minot and Laurie Moore, two iconic
Wow.
queens.
Major.
So basically, in the same way that you moderated my McNally event
Yes.
bravely and boldly, I moderated Susan's launch for her book.
Was it amazing?
It was so amazing. I was so scared. So it was so Susan and Laurie, both fabulous writers, are friends. Laurie was supposed to moderate it, but then she got kind of nervous, and she asked if there could be like another moderator. And then it was a paperback release for her book, so I ended up having to ask them questions about both their books, which was
Like
ultimately
working overtime.
Well, it was ultimately kind of difficult because Laurie's book is about somebody on a road trip with the animate corpse of their
Oh.
recently deceased by suicide
Oh
ex-girlfriend,
my god.
Wow.
interspersed with like letters that you read between chapters that are from a woman in the post-Civil War era who's running a bed and breakfast
No.
to her dead sister. And Susan's book is about a woman in her 50s who's just having an affair with a much younger man.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Wait, no offense.
No, they're both amazing in different ways, but you can imagine me trying to come up with questions about both. I was sort of like, so romantic obsession
Yeah, good.
is really at hand.
That's what every
Yeah.
book's about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like? Just thinking of authors. I was listening to Zadie Smith was on Ezra Klein. Did I send you this?
No.
And I'm like, I've only read White Teeth, and it wasn't like my favorite. But you know when you read a book that everyone loves, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Too
it was
much
also,
pressure. Too much
and
pressure.
it was also, I feel like during this like 2-year period where every novel was sort of like this 400-page expansive thing where like there's all these disparate things and they're all together at an event at the end, and you're like, I don't care.
Yeah, everything comes together at the end and it's so unnecessary.
So I had no real relationship with her besides that. But then her interview on Ezra Klein made me like obsessed. But she was talking about phones,
What'd she say?
just like how bad they are. But like, but you really, but like she talked about it in such an interesting way. And you know what she
I
said?
gotta listen to that
What did
up.
she say?
And she said this line. She said, well, first of all, she was like, don't hate anyone from how they are on their phone online because this is behavior modification. This technology was invented to modify behavior. And so
Why do I have full body
I'm
chills?
don't
really
hate the
scared.
people that their behavior isn't suitable to you. Hate the people that are modifying their behavior. And that means we don't have to hate our friends for how they act online, which is
A
important.
relief.
A relief. And then also she was like, and she was just talking about how it like it's all moderates you, and like how TV of all media does, but it's like phones, it's like so much like whatever. But then she said the sentence that I always think about. She said about phones, the human beings that I know and love, this machinery is not worthy of them.
Wow.
I am full body
I know.
shaking, trembling.
You have to listen.
I actually was crying this morning, mostly because I was having like a come down from like a big event. Like
Yeah.
it was like not like about anything, but then I was just like, I literally left. I was like, I left my phone. I was like, I need some space for me. I went into the other room, which was huge. 'cause
That's
usually I have,
amazing.
so I was in the other room and I was just like, no, I mean, it's just so, it makes me so angry. It makes me feel like I want to set my body on fire that
Yeah.
making art is like the same thing as is promoting.
I know.
I don't know how to say that in a
No, it's
smart
horrible.
way.
I keep having to, whenever I make an Instagram story about something I did, I sort of want to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, when,
But
and then I try to remember what I liked about it in the first place. I was like, what
Yeah.
brought me joy when I was little? Like, why did I want to do this?
I know.
And how is it different? Emma's taking notes because she's so inspired. I'm kidding. I'm sounding so brain dead because this is actually giving OG Seek treatment that I'm showing up in person hungover.
I
No,
wish
yeah,
I was-
I am really sorry because I feel like I'm also brain dead. I thought I was
You're
gonna have a bit more of.
perfect.
I like to call it my hangover lobotomy riz, but I don't feel like I'm giving it yet.
It's
Whereas
happening.
I'm very
it's gonna
conscious
ramp
of
up.
how the shirt's falling in my body.
So we're all going through something different right
Yeah.
now.
Now, here's something.
The point is, the machinery.
These human beings that I know and love, this machinery is not worthy of them.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what last night was so magical because
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
Well, there
God.
was no
I've-
service down there.
Yeah.
Oh, was there not? I didn't,
Yeah,
well, I
which
didn't
was
have
the
my
best.
phone.
That was the best part.
But I was like, I love so many amazing people. I never see them. I never talk to them.
I know. Well, I can't imagine how you felt because I felt like, I think it was something about being in from out of town. It was like, it was overload, like true overload.
Well, people treat you crazy too.
People were, of course, everyone being crazy. So this is an
what were
important
they?
update.
How were they treating you?
No, people were so nice. They're too nice to me. That makes me uncomfortable.
Totally.
And like at an event like that, it's
You
like
could never be too nice to me. Keep that in mind.
at an event like that, it's sort
People
of like
don't seem to remember that. They can never
Yeah.
be too nice to us.
And
They're
never.
so rude.
I
know,
love when
like,
people are nice.
but I struggle at an event like that because it's like it's
You did
loud.
good.
I'm not drinking. Everyone else is. I was wearing a thermal shirt
It was a sauna.
and
it was
ultimately-
hot as fuck.
It was ultimately a
and
sauna.
so I'm like, once they scream, how are you? Like,
How?
yeah, how are you? We're screaming. I'm like feeling. My voice doesn't carry, and I have bit hearing, so it's like there's there's no
Yeah.
in or out. Like it's so hard. So, but what was I going to say? I forget now.
Seeing people being out
Seeing
of town.
people. Oh, this is just a serialized update. A third gay man has moved against me,
Ah.
and Catherine Inkind has
And
collaborated with him.
she stands him.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I
I'm
support
joking.
you.
I know, I'm kidding.
I support you, and you've actually
And I
always,
actually don't really care about
you've
that
actually always
one.
been so amazing in standing against people who've moved against me.
Of course. Well, it's my
And there were
favorite.
people
My
last
favorite
night-
thing to do is hate someone for someone else. It's like so fun.
It is
'Cause
really.
it's like I have no skin in the game. I'm like so happy to
well,
hate.
it's like it's just like Zadie Smith moving against phones.
Yes, exactly. I was diagnosed hater at birth.
That's beautiful.
What the fuck? Do you have enemies?
So, enemy is a strong word, probably.
Not for me.
Not
It's
for me
weak.
either. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Recently, I probably have a couple, but mostly I'm so like tragically insecure that I'll forgive anyone for anything.
No, are
pretty
you
much
really though? You're
immediately.
so confident.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
I just mean you're so capable and like.
It's
I mean,
helpful.
I like
Self-possessed.
know I'm fab deep down, but it's very easy to puncture that.
Yeah.
Of course. The veil is thin.
So I think I have some frenemies for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
and, well, yeah.
What is
I don't
your,
know if I have any official sort of nemesis.
What is your like MO? Someone moves against you. Like you get when someone has done something that like doesn't sit right with you. How do you proceed?
So I take that show on the road. I'm just screaming it
I
at
know.
every location. I'm telling everyone.
I can be very
telling
guilty of
everyone,
that.
screaming, shouting this vocal fry. Every
Yeah.
bar, everywhere.
Yeah.
The entire tri-state area knows about it.
And then you run into them at an event. How do you act?
I'm like, hey, queen.
I know. I know. Well, you need to be just nice enough for plausible deniability.
Yeah, well, I'm just sort of like, there's this incredible memoir by this woman who her parents were just like insane literary alcoholic people and they were like constantly throwing parties. And then she grew up and wrote a memoir about like how alcoholic and crazy they were. And she called it Why Not Say What Happened?
Oh.
And that's sort of my MO.
Why
I'm
do you
sort
have
of like,
full body episode?
I'm sort of just like, why not say what happened? If you moved against me, then like, why
I
not
know.
say
Why
what
not,
Why not
say what happened?
Like,
It's
I'm
the
not
most amazing
lying.
title. I need to get reading again.
Were you
And you're gonna help me with
raised?
that.
were
We
you,
can get I want to get a tramp stamp now, actually, that says why not say what happened.
Why not say what happened?
Were you? Why not say what happened is beautiful. Now I would just like that would be an amazing title of a book. It was the title of this book. You're saying. Now I have a question. Were you raised any growing up? Was it like we don't talk about things? Were there lots of secrets?
There were, in retrospect, lots of secrets. Both of my parents are Southern.
Okay, and that was a secret.
That's not
They're
a
like, you tell people we're from Maine.
No, they're just Southern in a like sort of emotional repression way.
Yeah.
Where like they certainly like their parents had secrets from them that they learned in adulthood, but never really talked to their parents about very much.
Totally.
Wow.
So we weren't really talking about our emotions. It was more like they like to bring in the professionals.
Yes. I have a question. Not a question, an
And like
observation.
send me to therapy when I was 5.
Oh wow, that's
Oh my God,
good.
5.
Well, apparently I feel bad for my parents because apparently I think they felt like they were like actually in a horror film, spooky season, your birthday themed, because my
Yeah.
sister had these crazy night terrors when she was like 1 and 2, like screaming with her eyes wide open.
Oh my God.
And
My
I
daughter
was
better not.
And I was
I'd be like, please. I've been thrown up.
While she's doing that and acting like she's literally possessed,
Oh
I'm
my
5
God.
and I'm apparently going up to them being like, I can't sleep at night because I have this like thought that says like I want to die, but I don't think I do, but like I keep thinking it. Do you think it's gonna happen? And they're like,
Emily.
what is going on around here? Go straight
Chloe.
to the child psychologist, but we just like played board games. I don't know what
So
happened.
you
Wait, really quickly. Therapy at 5 reminds me of. Is this gonna land with anyone? In 6 Feet Under, Brenda.
I don't watch
Brenda's
good television
arc.
shows,
I
unfortunately.
watched only the first season. I
Best show of
liked
all
it.
time.
It moved a little slowly for me, and I know it's amazing. And I will.
It moved against me
It moved
as well. I think now's the perfect time for our,
But wait,
one
I just
audience
have,
question.
I just have one observation that you made me think, and it's something I've observed from watching, honestly, a lot of Real Housewives, where it's like, because obviously there's every Real Housewife, be it an Italian from Jersey or like, just like any culture on Real Housewives, like they're always like, in my culture, we don't talk about our feelings. And that's what it's like. And every culture seems to think that they're the culture that doesn't
Yeah.
talk about their feelings.
And it's sort of
and
more
they're
just
the
like,
ones that drink a lot too.
And perhaps,
yeah, they love to be like, we
Every
drink the
culture is like,
most.
well, we drink.
I know.
I'm like, everyone drinks.
Sheena at her wedding was like,
What was she saying?
she was like, we're gonna need alcohol because like both of our families know how to party, especially my side.
I'm
And
obsessed
it's
with
like, first
her
of
needing her
all-
husband to get sober, but wanting him to be able to do shots every now and then.
I know, but I actually felt bad for her when she got shit for that because she was like, well, I don't know. He said he wasn't an alcoholic. Like, it is so hard when someone's like clearly an alcoholic, but they're like, I'm not, and I'll hate you if you say I am.
Yeah, I saw the funniest tweet that was like, first of all, it was from an amazing handle called Only Real VPR Heads Will Know This handle,
Yeah.
Satchel Maloney.
Satchel Maloney, is that the dog?
Satchel was the guy that Katie like went out with once.
Oh, right,
Like, after
right.
the
Yes,
divorce.
yes. And
But
his last
it
name
was just a tweet that was just like, imagine you're like trying to get sober and you're in like Tom Sandoval's apartment. He's making you egg whites. It's just, like,
Yeah, I remember. I know. Okay.
Okay, wait. So, Emmeline,
Yes.
who are you? Who are you? And who do you want to be?
Okay.
Start at the beginning, little girl. You're at 5 years old.
Well, 5 years old, I guess I'm just compulsively afraid that I'm going to kill myself, which is super interesting.
Wow.
But I don't really remember it.
Did you have a concept of that?
Who makes
really?
the boots?
Mista.
My favorite.
But they're falling apart, and it's so horrible because they don't make them anymore.
I have to shout out Mista because I buy a lot of their stuff, and they messaged me, and you're bored.
No, I'm
This
not
is
bored. I
interest-
feel
this is-
crazy
this
about
is-
how like my shirt's falling on my body.
No,
It's
your
so
shirt looks
sad you have to deal
amazing.
with
It's
that. I'm sorry you have
falling
to deal with that
with
because it's not
great
real.
panache.
You're scared of something that's not real. Is that helpful?
Much like your
Yes.
freaky sister.
Yes, yes.
Your baby sister scream. But okay,
Screaming.
Mista DM me.
Oh my God. I'm so
No,
jealous.
but listen, and they were like, "We'd love to gift you a pair of boots," but I didn't see it for. I'm not getting like 1 or 2 calendar years.
Okay.
But then I responded, I'm like, "Absolutely, I love y'all's stuff." And then she's like, the girl responded, she's like, "Okay, so actually we
This was
can't
2
gift
years
it anymore,
ago.
but like here's a discount." I was like,
A discount.
It's not the same.
"I don't think you." I did use it, and I was grateful for it. But definitely reach out because I have like 7 pairs of your boots, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I mean, reach out to me too. I'm not famous, but I would love
Reach
some
out.
boots.
And anyone can reach out to me at any time.
Great.
Yeah.
Now you're 5 years old.
Okay, so 5 years old, I guess I was weird and depressed. I had a big era in high school and college where I thought I wanted to be like a fashion girl.
I could see
So
that,
I think
for
I
sure.
was
You
very
are
like
fashion-y.
I was very like wannabe Alexa Chung.
Oh my god. Okay. Intense.
Who I am.
No, wait, so slow down.
Oh, slow down.
Like, what were you like in school? Were you popular? Like, what was happening?
No, I was constantly getting like kicked out of friend groups for mysterious reasons that I couldn't understand, probably because I was annoying.
Really?
But isn't that every girl's experience?
Yeah.
Like,
And also, I've kicked people out of friend groups.
really?
And I've been kicked out, but I was one of the last survivors.
That's amazing.
I made it to like Final Four.
I could see you being in control of the friend group.
I made it to Final Four, and then, but I was like, I'm like
You were
honestly
fully
happy to have
seated,
made
so
this.
it sort of forged me through the fires of exclusion.
Made you artist.
Middle school, eating disorder, total vibes. And then by like this, another important thing is that I looked like I was truly 11 when I
Yeah.
showed up to high school. So like I had to go to it. I went to a different high school.
For 11-year-olds.
I didn't go to the high school that like my middle school like would have.
They put you on the wrong bus to the high school for 11-year-olds.
No, I was ultimately just.
You're like, I'm 14!
I was ultimately bullied out of the middle school, so my parents were like, "Let's go to a different
Bullied
high
out of the
school."
middle- wait, really
Not like
bullied?
fully bullied out, but like I was just not having a good
Say
time. So my
more.
parents were like, "Let's go to a different one."
What were
Yeah.
you feeling? What did they say to you?
I was feeling like just like classic sit alone at lunch vibes and
Really?
like coming home and crying. And so my parents were like, let's try a different school. So I show up at the different school in 9th grade and immediately it's one of those like schools where there's like a lower campus and a upper campus, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I always hear those words.
And they're immediately people in my grade are being like, so you're on the wrong campus. Like your mom dropped you off at the wrong campus. And I was like, no, I'm not 11. Like
Oh my
I
God.
am 14.
oh no!
And like whatever.
You were
friends-
falsely accused of being 11.
I was falsely accused
But
of
that's
being
serving
11.
you well now. Look at you now.
Oh, for
You're
sure.
giving 26.
Well,
and
if
you're-
you-
I
and you're
know.
If you can even
serving-
imagine that I was
actually 30. Is what I was gonna say.
If you can even imagine, I was accused of being an unaccompanied minor at JFK last week.
Shut
Just
the fuck
last week. Just last
That's a
week.
superpower.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
An unaccompanied. You have like the little wings.
Well, I was going through the clear, Clear. Are you familiar
Yes,
with
I'm
I
clear.
don't support clear.
I do clear. I do clear. I like clear.
And I was going through it.
Clear is for fakers.
I love clear, but
I love cutting a line in any way.
I
So
don't
Okay.
understand how to do TSA. I don't get it. I don't get
You
it.
go to Penn Station once.
Well, I
Penn
live in Los
Station
Angeles.
doesn't have TSA.
And I live in Los
No,
Angeles.
why did I go there to get TSA approved?
Oh,
You know-
that's awesome.
Do you know what people
That's
always say to me?
awesome sauce.
Do you know what people say to me?
What?
They're like, you go to Staples.
You could.
What? I go to Staples and say what?
one of
Where's
those-
your TSA? I'm not doing that.
It's
If I'm
like-
wrong, I'll be humiliated.
It's
It's such a risk to go and find a Staples employee and be like, I'm flying to New York next week. I would like to not take my shoes off. They're like, this is a Staples, bitch.
tell me why at age 33 I'm scared to ask for things in stores.
Oh,
I
I
don't
hate
know.
talking to people in stores.
Really?
It's horrible when you go to the like Dwayne Reed and you need them to unlock.
Yes,
the,
I
like,
just was
Oh.
like pressing
container?
the
I know. It's
button.
horrible.
There's always someone else who's pressed the button, and it's always like this internal like. There's politics around like, well, the person's gonna come. Who will they help first?
Then you can't browse and like really browse.
No, you cannot really be yourself.
You can't be yourself in that
cannot be
space.
yourself in there.
You can't be yourself.
When someone's watching you, all of a sudden you feel like they think you're gonna steal something or something, and I'm like, I'm just looking at the racers. And guess what? In the Vons on Sunset,
Oh my
They
God,
have-
Mr. Hollywood.
They have like they have a pen section, which is so nice. I think to have a pen aisle in a grocery store.
Cool.
They're keeping the Bic pens behind lock and key.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a Bic. If I'm
They
running
put
out of pen.
they put
know.
everything in there these days.
I know.
You cannot browse enough.
Loss prevention, they call it.
all.
Loss prevention,
Loss
they call
prevention.
it. Yeah.
Well, I actually know all about that because I did when I was being a fashion girl. I was a buyer at Bloomingdale's.
Okay, wait, this is fascinating. So wait, when did this happen?
And, and what should I wear?
Okay, so I was looking like I was 11, and I was like, you know what is a one way to be cool?
Yeah,
Fashion.
it is cool.
And so I was like, let me wear a Rodarte from a Target dress to school.
How did you even know about that, Teen Vogue?
Yeah, Teen Vogue really.
I
reading
definitely
the
didn't know
Teen
about
Vogue.
Rodarte when I was 11.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was famously 15.
No, you were at the wrong campus.
Yeah, I was at the wrong campus. No, but by the end of high school, I got really into like theater, backstage theater type stuff.
Oh, were you
Really?
crew? Were
yeah,
you
like
crew?
sort of. Yeah, I was sort of techie. I was sort of like making
Really?
the posters.
And
Wait,
was
can
that
you go into
cool?
that? Because
it wasn't cool, but it was like I had friends.
Oh,
Right.
cute. Okay.
Because whenever I see, even like when I was a
I didn't
kid,
become cool till college.
and this is no offense
wanna
to
hear about
stage
that.
crew people like
When
yourself.
he's done. No.
Well, I'm always like, when I see stage crew people in high school, I'm like, what are you getting out of this?
Well,
Camaraderie.
here's what I got
Yeah.
out of it. It took a lot of years, but do you remember when Ariana Grande left her man and also stole the husband of a woman, the SpongeBob guy?
Yes.
So went to my high school. I was like, get on stage.
SpongeBob did.
SpongeBob was older than me in high school, and he was in the theater productions.
He
and
was
I'm
your star.
backstage.
He was your star.
Yes.
Ethan Slater.
So
Wow.
yes, so as soon as this news dropped, I was getting to text
Do you
so
like
many
him?
people that I hadn't texted in years and millions of years. I barely knew him, but
Was he beloved?
he was widely beloved.
Because he's so very talented.
Well, he just sort of is SpongeBob more than anything.
Yeah.
And that
Wait,
to me,
he's
I hear
in the Wicked movie, right? That's
Yeah.
like how they met.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait.
when
to
I
see
hear
it.
that someone is SpongeBob, I don't think, oh, they must have been beloved in high school.
Well, I don't. yeah.
he's like a Broadway star. Is what
I
I
know,
Well,
know.
he was
I know.
beloved by like
But
you know
then
his
the-
community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the theater
undersea
community.
people.
Yeah.
And now, were you dating in high school? Did you have crushes? And when
Let's
did you know
see.
you were bi? And if you
Oh,
feel,
that's
if you
such a
feel
good
safe
question.
revealing that you're bi?
Yeah. I'm
On air.
listeners. I'm bravely bisexual. I think I knew in high school, but I didn't do anything about it till even after college. But I think I was sort of like knowing. I just wasn't really thinking about it.
Totally.
Where'd you go to college?
Columbia University.
So you could have been B
Nearby.
there.
I totally could have been. There
You
were
could have been bi at Columbia.
people were totally being gay, especially in the sort of like while they were also being in sororities, they would also be gay, which
Yeah.
is very chic.
Wow,
Totally.
that's so modern.
That's
that would have
so
never
modern.
happened.
Well, the
Yeah.
most modern thing about my sorority, Delta
Yeah.
Gamma,
The
that I was
DG,
in,
shout out. Is that this one?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, what's that? What's that?
It's
This
what
is
they
like
do.
a little hand sign you have to do.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
anchors away.
Well, the really modern
Right?
thing, yeah, the really modern
Why
thing.
do I know that?
The really modern thing I did was that me and one of my friends made this like extremely weird email called concernedsailor@gmail.com where we would email everyone in the chapter when we thought it wasn't like being woke enough / just to troll. 'Cause we thought it was funny.
Taylor, what were you concerned about?
Well, once a year, some chapter representative from like National would come and like check in on everyone,
I
right?
can't imagine this happening at Columbia.
I know, it was bizarre.
Is Greek life big there?
Not like big, like we would basically only be in it so we could go to the like formal on a party bus at the end of the semester.
That's fun.
Classic.
That's
Which was
Oh.
fun.
good.
And in order to do that, you had to get a certain number of community service hours, but the community service had to be about the national charity, which was blindness, because it had been that way
The national charities.
Sorry,
fine.
sorry.
since like
I-
it was founded. So listen to this. We had to make these. You could record yourself reading children's books.
Oh, cute.
And burn them onto literal CDs. But it was like, or like, I don't know, I think it was USB sticks or something. But it was like audiobooks existed, but they just hadn't when they made this up as a community
was
service
like a
thing.
really
So there's just like
antiquated-
in the basement of the Delta Gamma house on 113th Street, you can just like get a USB stick of me reading Hungry Hungry Caterpillar, like so hungover
Oh
in
my
order to
God.
go on a
So
party bus.
funny.
So you graduated high school in 2012.
Yes.
And did you know you wanted to be a writer?
I always, like secretly thought like maybe I'm a great artist.
Yeah.
She's the most amazing writer.
I have to read your
I
book.
cannot say enough good things about this book.
Yeah.
It is like
What's it called?
mind-blowing.
It's called Dead Weight.
And what a great and how do you what's like the one line you tell people what it's about? What's the log line?
Yeah.
The log line is everyone has an eating disorder and it's not your fault. It's society's fault.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's
Basically,
fucking
is the
go.
log
And
line.
how good a title is Dead Weight.
So good.
But the reason
Are
I
you
love it
writing
so much is
another
because it's like half academic and then half like pop culture
Yeah.
moments, which you'll really
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
to.
like Misha Barton is a victim,
Yeah.
but also as much to blame as the medical establishment for
Yeah.
how we think about these
But
things.
it's so well written. It's crazy. I don't know how you wrote that. It's
Thank
also
you.
fucking chunky.
It's chunky. It's
Which
chunky.
is, which isn't good or
Well,
bad.
it's really it's really, you know, all bodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I've,
she's
so I've
chunky.
heard.
She's like 200 something pages.
Now, are you writing another one? Do you want to write another one?
I want to, but I haven't started.
Yeah.
I'm just mostly
The
doing-
idea, I feel like last time we were talking that you told me about an amazing idea.
Yeah, I do have an idea, but
Is it also memory?
no, this one's less memory. It's more like it's about a woman who was totally fabulous and sad and crazy. And
Like a novel?
no, it's gonna be maybe like a weird like biographical project that's like kind of novel-y, like
Yeah.
I'll be like hopefully writing in a novel-y way, but it'll be about a person that was real.
Oh yeah, because the book it was like you wove in the personal stuff like so seamlessly in the book because
Thank
it's
you
like
so much.
it's not really memory. It's like you like kind of casually sneak in like all this crazy shit that happened to you, while then literally writing a thesis, a dissertation.
Well,
vibe.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
you went
much.
Ivy, so that makes sense.
well,
That you would be
Well,
able to do
yes.
that. Yes.
but I don't. But I could have gotten more out of that. I didn't really
Yeah.
do all my homework. You know what I mean?
Me
Well,
neither.
they give you too much homework.
They give you way too much.
They
homework.
say, why don't you read? But this is why one of my favorite professors, why I loved him so much. I took this class on like the Victorian novel, and he's like, you're not going to read a Victorian novel once a week. You're not going to finish that. He's like,
Yeah.
just pick one to read this semester and
Well,
really get into it.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
And
Yeah.
at Columbia, they make us read. They make us do this like Western canon
Mhm.
thing.
Oh, okay. Like everyone has to do it.
Yes, like everyone has to. You have to take this class that's like all of freshman year is called literature humanities, and then all of sophomore year it's called contemporary civilization. And the first one's like fiction, and the second one's like philosophy. And you're having to read so much, and obviously no one's doing it. And it's really, really.
I wish I knew everything
Really
that
rough,
one
but
would learn of that.
It was all worth it because it allowed me to hear one of the funniest things that has ever been said aloud in my presence, which is that I was at lunch a freshman year trying to make conversation with my friends, and we were all reading the same stuff. So we had been having to read Anna Karenina that week. Obviously, none of us were really doing it, so we were trying to like sort of see what
Yeah.
everyone else had done, so we could like have something to say in class. And then this one girl that was in the like half in the conversation just goes, Anna Karenina, is she in Sigdel?
No.
And I was like, this is the greatest moment of my whole life. Thank God they made me fake read the Western
That's so
canon.
good. Okay, so you're like, I'm gonna go to Columbia. I'm gonna be a writer.
Well, no, I was like, I'm gonna go to Columbia and I'm gonna be working in fashion. I'm gonna intern at Tom
Oh.
Ford like 3 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
I'm
be so double
scared of
wears Prada.
I'm
So
so
you-
scared of fashion.
Yeah, I'm so scared of fashion.
I mean, I was really scared, but I just like thought it would be. I mean, I was brave. I was obviously having an eating disorder, so I was
Yeah.
like, fashion is sort of perfect for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then after college, I worked at Bloomingdale's, and then I realized that the eating disorder was gonna maybe result in ultimately my death, to be just sort
Yeah.
of too much about it. And so I sort of like, are you guys familiar with Wellbutrin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I had a Wellbutrin seizure, which you're really not supposed to be given to people with eating disorders, but they like market it as gonna make you skinny, so people with eating disorders want it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a Wellbutrin
Noom
seizure.
vibes.
I know.
I had a Wellbutrin seizure. It was so awesome.
So
the one
scary.
really
They
funny.
wouldn't put me on Wellbutrin, but then they did.
They-
but
they-
now I'm off it.
They don't want to at first, but then you're just like, please.
Yeah.
And then they do. The funny thing about my Wellbutrin seizure is that I had it like hung over in my friend's apartment while we were like recounting the night before.
Oh my
And
God.
afterwards, when she was like after we got back from the hospital, she was like, I do have to tell you, like, I reacted like maybe 7 seconds too late because like right when you started having the seizure, you were telling a story about last night and you were being like, and then he was like, and it was somebody we hated. I thought you were doing a really offensive impression.
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
And it was
That's
just
crazy.
Are you on-
But anyway, so after that, I was like, let me reset my whole life
Wow.
and actually try to do something I actually want to do and have always secretly wanted to do, which is writing, because I had always done the thing. Are you familiar with this? Where you're like, if I don't try, then secretly
Yes.
maybe I am the great American
Yes.
artist and I'll always be able to know in my head, but I won't have to fail.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Well, that's really cool. I did that for many years.
I feel like I'm trying so hard, and I'm like, hello, I'm the great one.
Hello from the other side.
Sad. Adele.
Well, remember last night I said you should do, or maybe
I know.
you should do one earnest cover of Hello on your
the
comedy album. Yeah.
Oh yeah. At
Oh,
my,
that would be amazing.
At my listening session.
Yeah.
At my sesh. Okay. So wait. So then.
So then I quit my job at Bloomingdale's and
what
started.
was it like working at Bloomingdale's?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
What were your hours?
What are you buying?
Fun is an
What were your
interesting word.
hours?
Well, yeah, my hours
How much do they pay you?
they paid you pretty well. It was basically
Was it commission based?
No, it was okay. So it was in the buying program. It's like this weird like girl boss training camp. So I was like making Excel spreadsheets to like place the orders for like it was Bloomingdale's outlets. So it was like all of the Juicy Couture outlet items. I was coordinating the trucks and the warehouses that were like sending it to all the different locations of the Bloomingdale's. So it wasn't very glamorous, but I'm sure if I had clambered up the chain more, it would have been more glamorous.
Yeah, when I was like worked running retail in my early 20s, there was an older woman who was just great, and she kind of had like a really beautiful arc where like she was like post-divorce and like was rebuilding her life, and she was like and then like there were these tech reps like from the different shoe companies that would come in to like demonstrate different shoes, and this one from Saucony was this like older man, and they had kind of this in-store flirt mounts, and then basically she got her fairy tale ending wherein they got married in Hawaii.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
And then I left for like 8 years, and then when I was getting sober again, I went back and worked at that store again, and when I was leaving to move into like the city and pursue my dreams, she also was leaving. We were on parallel journeys, and she was like, I've always wanted, I think it was Bloomingdale. She's like, or maybe it was Lord and Taylor, I forget. She was going to work at the shoe department of some store like that.
Glam.
And she's like, I've always wanted to do that, and I'm going to do it. And I was like, oh my God, like down the street at the mall. And I was like, oh my God, like we're like, chasing our dreams.
Oh my God.
So then I like for years, I come back absolutely beaten down by life, like
Oh my
to get
God.
sober. And she's there. She's like, I just started back here.
Oh my God.
And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
what happened? And she was like, it wasn't for me. It's too competitive.
This is amazing. What a beautiful story.
I know.
How's she doing?
I think she might. I don't know. And
She
then
must be so proud of you.
And then we worked at the store again for a couple more for like another. I was there for another year when I was like my first year of sobriety, and I told her about the Artist's Way, and then I don't know where she is today.
Hmm.
And that is that on that woman.
Well, she sounds fabulous. I have also worked
Well, she sounds
retail.
fabulous.
I have also worked retail before. In my most iconic role, perhaps, was as a sales associate at the Goop store in Sag Harbor.
Oh,
How did that happen to you?
So that was
That
super,
sounds so
super
scary. That sounds so
interesting.
scary.
I just had, we all know I just had a harrowing experience with the brand Goop
Well,
that I can't say more about.
totally.
And say no more.
Well, I had many
Damn.
harrowing experiences there.
What happened?
Well, first you would like the manager was so iconic. She was this woman that they'd flown in actually from Houston.
Shout out.
And because weirdly the Goop store in Sag Harbor sells fine jewelry, and that's how they make most of their money. There's this insane jewelry brand called Found Ray that these really
My fancy friend's obsessed with that.
yeah the rich ladies and the rich women in Sag Harbor throughout the Hamptons really they are obsessed with these necklaces. Here's the conceit. It's like a charm necklace, and it's supposed to tell your life story. So the charms each have meanings, and this woman, Jen, was so amazing at like selling these women on what charm like meant something to them. Like I would watch her
Maybe like, should I get one?
like no, like a woman would walk in and be like, I just like got divorced and he left me for a much younger woman. And Jen would be like, the Ouroboros like snake eating its own tail is gonna be perfect with the thorn charm because like life has thorns, but they get eaten by a snake. Nothing would ever make any sense.
Yeah.
And the woman would be in tears,
Oh my God.
sobbing, and then she'd spend like $7,000
Oh my God.
on the necklace.
Do you think if I sit like this?
I think your shirt looks amazing.
Sorry,
it's sad you can't enjoy how good
I'm
you
gonna
look.
get so much
Meanwhile, I'm
shit.
like falling apart.
Well,
Because-
this was the best thing about Jen is that she would drink 2 Monster Energies throughout the day.
Oh my God.
And she
I
would
could use
refuse
that
to
right
take
now.
a lunch break. But one time when I was taking my lunch break, she was like, hey, can you do me a huge favor? And I was like, yeah, sure, what's up? And she was, first of all, do you know what Triscuits are? I was like, what? What do you mean, Queen? And she was like, none of these other girls who work here know what Triscuits are.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I have no answers for you. And she was like,
Triscuits are good.
They're
No,
delicious.
oh God.
Cut.
They're the worst things in the world.
That's
I do think wheat
ridiculous.
thins are better.
It's like eating a pile of sand.
If
I
we're
love
gonna
joints. They're
cracker.
huge in my family.
Wheat thins are amazing.
She wanted me to buy her a box
come
of
from a Triscuit
Triscuits
home.
and some salami so she could eat it in the stockroom. And I was like, this is really upsetting.
Oh my
but I would totally
God.
do it.
Triscuit
clean.
salami.
Was
I
it
would need a
work-based or
cheese and I would need a
eating-
pickle.
It was, I think, a combination of work and eating disorder based.
Yeah.
But they would send like the representatives from like headquarters to like train us. So, and they were like, the representative came and was training all the sales associates, and Jen would always have like insane fake lashes on and like a full beat. And they were like, we love Jen. She's amazing at sales. But like, don't do your makeup like that. It has to be no makeup. Like all you girls has to be no makeup. And I was like, I'm so scared. I can't even like put on concealer if I have a pimple. And they were kind of like, you shouldn't have a pimple because you work at Goop.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, that's
"All right,
fair.
well,
That makes a lot of sense.
Now,
Yeah.
did you meet Miss G?
Okay, so they tell, first of all, you are supposed to call her GP within the Goop world.
GP.
Yeah, you're supposed to only say
General
GP.
practitioner. I would call her general practitioner as a joke to her face and see if she liked it. And then
That would be fun. I sadly never got to meet her. I was never working in the times when she would like drop in.
she's one person who I literally couldn't care less what she thought of me.
I feel like really close to her.
That's really interesting, Kat. Why? I find her quite unrelatable.
I don't know why.
I'm just like, I don't need her approval.
I've obviously never met her. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just like, just following the ski trial, I was like, yes.
The ski trial.
Oh, the ski trial was awesome.
I was
the ski
like,
trial
yes.
was cool. That was really
And
cool.
like, I don't know. She's like, my family was just like, yes, girl, on the text thread. We liked that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like close.
I'm doing an escape room
I
with
can't
my
believe how
siblings
hungover I
later.
feel.
No, I
actually
really
just
feel
hitting
like
me.
I'm not.
But I didn't.
I feel like I'm not performing.
No,
for
you're
my
doing
queen and
incredible.
You're doing it. We're shutting down. Bloomingdale's, Sag Harbor. Then you wrote a book. And
Yeah.
how's your life now? Who are you now?
Who am I now? Well, you know who I found out I was last night, which is so amazing.
Who?
My friend.
Did your
my
friend who
famous
you brought
plus
have
one.
fun?
He had so much fun.
Oh my God,
Who
my
was
head.
he? Was he gay?
He's a gay guy named Anthony.
You're
How
never
old is
going to
he?
believe this. My head
My
hurts from
age.
chewing gum.
He's your same age. Do you know any like 38 to 42-year-old gay
No
guys?
one cares about that. My head hurts from chewing gum.
No one cared when I
Are
said.
you sure it's not from the hangover? It's from chewing
No,
gum?
it's like I went to choose me this morning and I was like, ow, like these
Yeah.
muscles.
That's so scary.
But I
I'm so
never,
sorry.
I never chew gum.
Do you know any gay
need to
guys
work out.
3 to 12 years older than me?
Not
Do you know what?
Any gay guys 3 to
Okay.
12 years older than me?
38 to 42.
No, or yeah, that's like I guess,
use it.
but it could be anything in that
42.
3 to 12-year range older
What's
than
gonna
me.
happen when
When I'm
it's your
old?
40th birthday?
I know.
We're gonna celebrate it.
It's gonna be amazing. It should be a destination. It should be a destination party.
Yeah,
I remember your 30th birthday. I said I was gonna buy you clothes, and I still haven't. But now you have a lot of money, so I don't feel bad.
I don't have as much money as I thought. You know when like
I
something
feel
happens.
like you must be so rich. In my
No,
mind.
do you know when something happens where
I
you're
wanna
like,
see
well,
your
because you
VA
know
bank account.
I'm working with Mama Sash, who you connected me with financially.
Oh, do you work with her?
Yeah,
I'm
but
obsessed with her.
But they must hate me because I'm so bad at email.
No, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, but I like.
Wait, by the way, I was gonna ask you.
I have a call with them next week because I just made an enormous payment to the government, and I'm like, I need to understand.
Why are we doing taxes right now?
That's what I'm like. Why am I paying?
Doesn't
No.
seem like it's the right
No,
time.
my dad was like, taxes are today. I was like, why?
So,
literally why?
I think they're like personal, but I never. Whatever. This is so boring. I never got paid into my. I need to be like, what money can I have that I have?
You can pay yourself a salary.
That's what they tried to tell me, and I was like, I don't want that.
That's what I
want-
do every year. You pay that way. You take from business into personal.
Okay. Well, we don't.
No. Let's unpack it. Wait, who'd you find out you were last
Here's
night?
what I learned. Here I was.
Yeah.
My friend.
And did your friend have fun?
He had so much fun.
It was cute.
It was really
just
fun.
too hot.
It was
That's
really
the
fun.
thing.
No, I liked that it was a sauna because also
I liked that it was a
here's the
sauna.
amazing thing about the sauna. You know how it was also kind of red light?
Yeah.
So I was sort of like, I think it was doing amazing things for all of our skin. Like it was kind
Yeah.
of infrared sauna.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like is because the back of the room was hotter, people weren't dancing on the dance floor.
Well, we were dancing a lot near the end and we were the only people on the dance floor and we felt powerful but also slightly confused.
I tried to dance for a bit, but it was just too hot over there.
Someone gave me an exfoliator. Should I use that?
Like a machine or like a,
Cream.
why not?
What do you have to lose?
I know.
Although you have great skin, I wouldn't touch
That's what I
it.
said when they gave me the exfoliator.
Who gave it to you?
My friend.
Interesting. Why would your friend give you an exfoliator?
Because
They got it for free.
They didn't like it.
I find that whenever I use skin products, my skin gets worse.
That's what I'm saying.
Anytime I try to do anything, I break out immediately. It's
That's
horrible.
what I'm saying.
But
And
you know
so,
what does work?
What?
Certain hair products.
Yes.
Well, you
that are
know-
less of a scam. I think.
Well, you know when? Did I ever tell you when my mom got caught red-handed?
Doing what?
Caring about skin products because she's moralized it since we were like an early age. She's
That you
always
should wash your face with soap. My parents are obsessed with that.
well, it's just very like
My parents are obsessed with that.
it's like also like frugality culture
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like these products are so expensive and they don't work and like
Yeah.
good skin comes from the inside out.
Yes,
you need to be
water,
drinking
water,
and like
sleep,
anyone
sleep,
who buys
sleep.
these creams are wasting their money and like whatever.
But
And
she
she's-
had like an Augustinius butter cream or something.
so then
Oh my God, never heard that said out loud.
one year I'm like
you had to. Well, we were selling the shit out of that at the
I
Goop store.
bet.
so one it was like I think I was like home from college. We were like sitting around eating dinner, like about to eat dinner, like my siblings, and like my mom came down panic stricken, and she was like, "I think I got tricked," and I was like, "What happened?" And she had gotten a pop up saying like, "You've won a sweepstakes," and like type in, and you get one of these things for free, and it was like
Oh
a
my
million
God,
different
that's
options.
so
And you
sweet.
pick a thing that you want, and but then you put your credit card in, even though it's free. And she did it, and but like of all the products she could have chosen, she chose like a skin cream. And but she needed to confess, but she needed one of like the younger people to like tell her how to unscam herself. So like she had to like she had to kind of admit that like
That's
she
so-
believed in skin products.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
so cute.
I know.
I love it. Wait,
Okay, wait, no, so here's who I learned what I was.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
My friend Anthony was talking to some gay guy that he met there, and then after we left that conversation, we were like going to the bar. I was like, "How's that?" He was like, "It was hilarious." Like that guy pointed to you and was like, "Oh, is that eating disorder?" So that's who I am.
Oh my god.
Totally eating
Is
disorder.
that eating disorder?
I'm like, love.
I wonder who said that. That's
Who
so
was
funny.
that? Who was it?
I don't know.
There was a gay guy
They're a
last
fan
night.
of your
Floated
work.
into
What
the
they're
sea.
saying is that they're a fan of your work.
I talked to
took
you
it as a
about this after the party, but it's
Actually,
like
there's something I should have taken as a compliment that I didn't.
there is a gorgeous gay man who like I see at events like that for probably 5 years. When we talk, he's literally fisting my butthole. It's crazy. I've never been touched so intimately as the way his mouth is like this 1 centimeter away from my lips talking. And I'm like, are we about to have sex right now in the
You
middle
should
of this
have
event?
sex at my party.
But he
Yeah.
never like seems like he actually wants to. I think I'm like, is that how he talks to other people with his fist in their butthole?
He has never fisted my butthole.
It's crazy. I mean, he was both hands on both hips around, kind of rubbing the small of my back, being like, "So how are you? Do you like LA?" I'm like, He's like so hot. I'm like, what's about to happen here? But then if I
Interesting.
ever try to like resume the, sometimes I'll see him then like later in the party and I'll try to talk again. He seems like he doesn't want. It's so interesting.
That is interesting.
But I'm like, the way we stood earlier meant something.
I'm sure it did.
wow. And who do you want to be? What's your dream?
Oh, it's such a good question.
First of all, and are you dating now, or what's happening with that area?
I am dating
Anyone good?
no one great.
Do you have any
to be
crushes?
Quite frank.
Remember last time
wish.
when we had our drinks, you were like having some really chaotic, like intense thing. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
With that, like, gay
I
guy.
do remember.
With a gay guy. So did that work out? Did that work out?
It bravely and boldly didn't. You can even remember.
Wait, Catherine, that's your story.
that if you want.
That's your story.
No, it's funny. You can keep it.
Leave it. That's your story. Having a really intense thing with a gay guy.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Who?
Me. I'm like joking.
Pat, I don't see you like that.
That was so crazy.
I actually completely zoned out while you were talking.
This was more of a Straggett situation.
You were literally being like, "Oh my god, Pat thinks I'm in love with them."
Oh my god, sorry, that's not what this is.
That was crazy.
There's other guys there.
Wow. Wait. So were you?
No, this was more of a Straggett situation where like
what situation?
Straggett, like a straight gay guy.
Yeah.
Like he really believes he's straight.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not.
I'm sorry, it was not
What's it
offensive.
called? Drag it. Oh, I
Do you
get
see
it.
what I'm doing there?
I get it. I get it.
But do you think we should cut that? Am I gonna get
No,
canceled?
leave that.
I
Embrace
did
it.
recently go on a date with a sober elevator designer who asked me what my favorite elevator ride of my life was.
That's like when my one
This
ride.
is like your fucking.
my one ride I'd ever been on with a doorknob salesman.
This is Pat Regan. This is like Pat Regan dating Mad Libs. I went on it with an elevator designer.
Yeah, an elevator designer, and he asked me what my favorite
sober
elevator ride of my
elevator
life was. If you can even fucking imagine that. And then a different date.
What does he do?
Listen to
I think it should be a square.
Listen to this.
Should I go off?
The date I had been on the first date I had been on prior to the sober elevator designer, I asked the guy all types of normal questions about his life and like whatever you ask people. And then he asked me 2 questions the entire time, and they were, do you believe in apologies? Followed by, is cheating forgivable? And I was like, are you asking?
He's like, I cheated on you. You're like, we just met.
I was like, we just met.
That's crazy.
We just met.
Where's
Wait,
your?
so what? I want to hear more about the elevator designer.
And I want to know where your spooky sister is now.
Yeah, wait, so she's amazing. Okay?
She's great. She's great. She's pretty iconic.
How did they get that out of her? How did they get the
She
demon
screamed a lot,
out?
but you know what? Speaking of ghosts, when she was like 12, well, she got through the era of having night terrors, and then when she was like 12, she watched Ghostbusters 2 and became so afraid of the villain from Ghostbusters 2 that she had them again, the night terrors, for like 2 years. But she's very creative, as you can imagine, and she actually is in film school right now.
Oh, I want to see her work.
Well, hopefully she'll make some that we can watch soon. This was amazing. Guess what they had them do at the orientation for film school? They had to go into small groups and make a short film that had to somehow involve a slinky. And so what she came up with was, it's a society where people are addicted. It was a metaphor about addiction, and it was like set in like this society where people are like dealing slinkies, and there's like slinky AA.
Oh my God! Wait,
Like
What?
she played a slinky dealer
Oh,
In
that's so-
what?
in her short film about a slinky
Oh,
that she had to
shout
make an
out.
orientation
I get
for
being
film school.
addicted. Remember when you were little? It's like I just wanted to go down the stairs, like how it does in the commercials.
Yeah, it
So
was so
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
It traversed the globe.
How about this move?
It traversed the
Is
globe.
it- me doing this, thinking I'm like killing it. Like, hey, what's up? With a slinky.
Did you need something?
What can I do you for?
I'll never, ever, ever forget after summer vacation 1 year. 1 year in college. I'm related. This guy was like, I was like, how was your summer? What were you up to? He was like, just working, just making a little do-re-mi. I'll
Oh,
never
you said that
forget
once.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget that.
But do you ever have this toy where it was like a little cup with a stick and then a ball on a string and you had
Yep.
to try to catch it?
Impossible.
Yeah. Do you ever have the ice cream cones that was a foam ball that shot out?
No.
Oh no, that sounds fun though.
It was cool. You could pretend it was a weapon even though it wasn't.
So what apps do you use to date?
Well, I prefer to bravely meet someone in
Yes.
real life.
Do you do that a lot? I mean, you go out and about. You're a
There's
girl, that's
nothing the
fine.
same as when you have chemistry with someone in real life and it comes to fruition.
Yeah, it's really, really fabulous.
That
But
literally happened to me.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy to think about. It was. I really missed Brian last night. It was so weird that he wasn't
Oh yeah,
there.
why wasn't he there?
He's at the F1 race.
God,
Because he has a podcast
prioritize.
about cars, right? Or about racing?
Yeah, I'm actually wearing
These
this. This is
cars?
actually
You know, my
this is their
brother's
merch
wife
that they're
listens
not allowed to
that.
have anymore.
You know, my brother's wife listens.
Oh, so you
It's
didn't.
huge.
Yeah.
Wait, Kat. So you didn't actually wear a sweatshirt to be a podcast girl. You wore a sweatshirt to show off that you have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I slept in it.
That's so cute.
What time is it?
His podcast is so huge, and it's surpassed us definitely.
Really?
It's Massivo. I'm so glad she listens to it. But you know why?
Wait,
Because
their podcast is bigger than our podcast?
probably.
I don't
because
like
you know
how
why?
I don't like how casual you are about that.
No
You know-
podcast
you
is
know
bigger
why?
than this
Anti-feminist.
podcast. You guys.
You know why I don't care? It's because it's about sports.
I know.
It's like it's about. Sorry, here's what I was about to say. It's because it's about something. so it's easier to market.
I know.
I would never change our podcast being about nothing. Well, it's about something.
I want
Boy sex, fucking.
fucking dating and
And
love.
love.
Okay, so who do you want to be? What's your dream?
What's my dream? I mean, there's like many writers I deeply admire. I would
Who?
love to be like an Eve Babbitt's figure,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
not burn myself with the 3rd-degree burns from the
That's
lip
so
cigarette while
crazy.
driving,
Well,
which
see how
could
you
definitely
feel.
happen to me.
I'm sure she said that at your age. Yeah. See how you feel when you get there.
And making me laugh today. and then
But yeah, I mean, I just I want to be writing and hanging out with my friends. So
that's
that
what
was
you
sort
do.
of
You're
what
already
she was
living
saying.
your dream
Yeah,
life.
It's kind of
And you
fabulous.
have amazing friends.
I do, and one of them is you, and maybe now you.
Of course, we rode an elevator.
we
Wait,
rode an
that's
elevator
crazy
together.
that we rode an elevator together, and I didn't even realize like
You didn't. So you didn't say anything.
you're part of the culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't even. That was my favorite elevator ride
Do you
of
think
my
he
life.
was inspired by that end of Willy Wonka?
Maybe.
And he was like, I want to design an elevator like that one day.
Do you guys watch Industry?
Yes, of course.
You know what? I'm finally letting
Finally
my
on season 3.
Oh my god, it's so. Just wait till you. Are you at Nikki Beach yet?
What's that?
Okay, just keep going.
I'm at a place with industry where I'm finally allowing
Did
myself.
I see that?
It's the title of one of the episodes.
Where do they go?
It's mainly set on the yacht.
I have seen that.
I'm in a place with industry where I'm finally allowing myself to be like, I don't like this.
Well, guess what? Can I tell you this?
It gets better.
It's not
Just like being queer.
No, it's like, okay, for
Well-
one, it's like, of course you don't understand what's going on, but even the writing, it's like, I
No,
mean,
no.
whatever.
Here's what I'll
I love
say.
everyone involved. I don't know anyone who works
I
on
want
it.
to be on it. It's fun and sexy, but it's not like good.
Well, when they're talking to each other, it's like, well, this isn't, I just, for some reason, and I know this is not everyone's writing style, but I just hate when I am watching it. I'm like, well, this is not how people talk to each other. And that's how it is on industry. There was like, literally, it was like a Harper / like the rich guy she's with in season 2.
Yeah.
And she was like giving him some monologue. And I was like, I just wish someone was like, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to everyone. Like I'm rewatching all of Sex in the City right now. And like,
Unbelievable.
Oh, an amazing
it's
time.
so good. I love it. But of course, like I've always had this kind of, not fraught, but like, I don't seem to like Samantha as much as everyone else does. And I don't like the performance as much as everyone else does. And I'm like aware of that. And I'm getting really curious about it and what it says about me.
No,
But, like-
I've never related. I've never loved Samantha too, but I think it's because I'm kind of sex negative.
But it's also just
Interesting.
like, no, for me, it's more just like, well, this is not how, to me, there's no honesty in the performance where I'm like, I don't really get who you're referencing. I don't see this in the real world. So I don't understand the art of the performance where I'm like, isn't it the goal to like approximate something real in the world? And that's not the goal with her, I don't think. And that's okay.
That's beautifully
and
said.
It doesn't seem to be the goal on industry where I'm like, or I'll watch, and this isn't industry specific, but it's an example that I just had this thought last night because I was watching it after the party and I was like, Harper was giving this monologue and I was like, well, if I was in this writer's room, I would have said, let's do another pass of this because nobody talks this way. but maybe that's not their goal. Maybe it's not the goal of everybody to approximate how people really are, and there's something else that
Yeah,
I
I think
can
it's
access.
it's heightened. It's like
But it's also just like, to me, it's like, it's just so written.
well, Harper's such an interesting character.
I don't feel interested
I guess
because I don't understand.
well,
Because
she's
I don't know that.
fully evil.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, every character is evil. so
Every
it's-
character is evil.
It's crazy to watch. I'm like every person on the show except for Rob. Is that his name?
Yeah, he's so sweet.
But everyone else is
But he's an
completely
idiot.
evil.
Yeah. It's
like
crazy. I
shocking.
mean,
Yeah.
it is entrancing to me.
But I only said it's so funny because I was trying to watch them. My mom was in town. I was watching it and she was over. And like you can't watch them with her because every 5 seconds she goes, "Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah, my mom too.
He's horrible."
Yeah.
How
And
do
you're
you
like,
wa-"
that's the point.
I go, and I was like, "Well, I like these complex characters. I'm interested in them." And
Yeah.
she's like, "But they're just."
Yeah.
She can't watch it if she has to have someone to root for. She doesn't like Succession.
Yeah. Oh, really?
But
See, Succession is something where I feel like it's a more naturalistic writing
yes,
and
I think
performing. and,
Succession's
like,
a much better show.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. I love it a lot. I would love to be a part of it, in any capacity.
I heard your friend showed cock.
Oh, and our dear friend showed cock. I was like, who shared cock? It's a good drag name.
Yeah, shared
Maybe.
cock.
Maybe. Joel was really good in it.
He was. I heard
was
he was
like-
great in it.
I was
Yeah.
like, acting.
Yeah.
He
There's a
crushed
lot
it.
of acting on that show.
The acting's amazing.
I haven't gotten to season 3 yet, but I
I feel
was
like
kind
the
of.
acting's amazing. The writing could be stronger.
Yeah. Yes, I would agree with all of that.
It's beautifully made.
I love that one girl that makes us both bi.
I know.
The girl that plays
I know.
Which
Yas.
one?
We're both bi for Yasmin.
I feel
Oh
bad.
yeah, Yaz is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh
She's
my God, I love
amazing.
her.
She's so good.
But yeah.
so hot.
I
It's
did.
crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But I feel bad reducing her to that. Now seeing her arc on the show is like
Yeah.
just being the sex
I
object.
know. Right, and
then
I'm
we're doing
and I'm
it.
on my podcast like, I love that hot girl.
I
I know,
know.
but we need more women in male-dominated fields, like objectifying women.
100%.
So thank you for your service, Queen.
You're welcome. Anyways, more thoughts to come. I have to finish. But do you guys feel hot today? I mean, what? Yeah,
Well,
right.
you know my journey with how my shirt is sitting and wishing I was wearing a hoodie.
I don't care that I don't feel hot because I'm happy.
I want to go to Carhartt and get a new hoodie.
I want my arms to change, and I have to accept that.
If you're Carhartt, send me a hoodie. I'm now realizing.
Carhartt should send you a hoodie. Mista should send you boots.
Yeah, work.
I hope that their social media managers are listening.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciated that message. It was my fault for not responding, but
Sometimes you.
what's it called when you take something back?
What do you mean? Rescind?
Yeah, but like you offer something, then you're like, ah.
Rescind.
Oh
Yeah, but like it's like an aphorism or something. Like don't
like no
Look at-
takebacks.
put a gift horse back
don't
in the barn.
don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But that's
maybe I'm looking at gift
you
horse.
look you looked a gift
Or
horse
you
in the
were
mouth.
when you weren't responding.
Yeah.
No, I am now by because I was ultimately gifted.
The
I know,
discount
but that's
code, but that
looking
wasn't
a gift
enough for
horse in
you.
the mouth is like not
Well, yeah, they're
accepting a
good-
gift.
But a discount for that goes far because they are so expensive.
Yeah.
But like a
How
20
much was the code?
I think it was like 20%,
Oh, that's lame. That's like they should have given you at least 40.
at least 50.
Yeah.
One time when I was in elementary school,
Shout
we had a
out.
project where everyone got assigned an idiom and they had to like do some drawing about the idiom or something. And my friend got "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth," and his mom didn't know what it meant. And she called my mom, and my mom didn't know what it meant. And my mom asked me, and I didn't know what it meant. And then we all had to learn what it meant.
And that was a beautiful bonding experience.
That's like pre-Google.
Me, my friend,
That's
my
like
mom.
so
I know.
pre-Google.
Me,
Like,
my friend, my mom, and my friend's mom learned what "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth" for that project.
so funny.
I got green thumb. It was so easy.
green thumb.
I love
you
idioms.
make things grow.
Good at gardening.
Good at gardening. There's a whole phrase for that.
You don't know about having a green thumb?
Well, I've heard the phrase. I guess I don't think about it a lot.
I don't think about it. I mean, I was, of
Well,
course.
it's like-
Are either of you into gardening? I
No.
personally am not. I like
I think I will be soon.
I would like to get better at like.
in terms of wanting to be. I want to be the type of person that's like doing stuff in the backyard.
well, I
like
really
planting
want a
seeds.
home and I
Yeah.
really want a yard.
I would like to be someone who is like better at homemaking, but I can't do it. And I'm
I'm
actually
You've
just
come a long way. Your place looks good in the
fine.
Zoom.
Yeah, maybe I don't need to move.
It's
And-
probably it would be so much easier if you just made your current place
Yeah.
better.
But yeah,
I haven't seen it. I'm just saying from what you
I know,
said.
I know.
I really can't believe you live there. I guess I can't believe I live here.
Well, it's so unfair. Well, it's like of course, like I came here not working, stayed in a nice hotel in Manhattan for a week in October. So
Lovely.
it's of course I'm like,
This week has been unbelievable.
yeah. But
But I'm glad it's nice that you like come back and you miss it.
I do.
I was worried
I
you'd be like,
know.
I'm so over it.
No, I'm not over it at all. But I just
I
never
hate
lived
when
in
my-
like Manhattan. Like I wanna probably when I'm 39 live in Manhattan.
I mean, Manhattan.
Oh, it's getting younger.
Manhattan, Manhattan for your 40s is so glam.
Yeah.
I'm an astrologer to the stars and to me, and I am a star. So
You are a
yeah,
star.
Astrologer of the stars told me that it's really important that I always remain free and I'm allowed to travel. And she's like,
Okay.
if you have a kid, you really need to like think about if that's what you want to do. She's like, you really need to be free.
Yeah.
Well, are you thinking about motherhood these days, Kat?
I'm not, but my boyfriend wants kids.
Interesting. How urgently?
I don't think urgently,
Okay.
but I'm of age.
yeah.
Well, I think you'd be.
I recently turned 18.
Wait, so are you practicing safe sex?
We're practicing safe sex.
Do you use condoms?
No,
Do you
I'm
have
back on birth
IUD?
control.
Do you have an IUD? I'm considering getting an IUD,
No, I'm
but I'm
back-
scared that it hurts when they put it
Do
in.
you use
everyone
condoms
says.
with a man?
I should more often.
Oh my God. All my dumb friends
Do you use the
don't use condoms.
Do you use the POM?
Yeah. It's not amazing.
You're crazy for
I
that.
know, it's really bad.
I used condoms for a year, which is why I never wanted to
I
have
think
sex.
it's hot. I'm sorry.
I get what you mean, but it's not hot
Condoms?
for a year.
Yeah.
It's not hot. It's hot for like a one night stand when they're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, but
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like the TV about Pat's brother.
it feels so amazing when you really want it.
Of course.
Sometimes it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
But back on the BC so that
That's
I can
amazing.
get dumped in.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
BCE, POM,
Yeah.
RD.
Yeah.
Raw
RD.
dog.
But it goes in my butt, so it's okay. That's cool. Oh my God. I love your
But
new shoes.
here's the.
Me. Oh,
They look
yeah.
awesome.
I do like them like lately, but I remember I was second guessing them earlier.
Yeah, I'm just affirming.
Do you want to hear a horrifying story about an IUD?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's about boys and sex and dating love, but it didn't happen to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my friend once had an IUD pulled out in college by a man who was fingering her. If you can even imagine that. Should you go to the hospital?
A girl who lived next to me in
I
college.
actually don't really understand because it's in the uterus, isn't it?
Apparently it had been like, it had moved. Like they were like, it had to have like fallen out of place for that to be possible. But really harrowing stuff.
The girl who lived next door to me in college had condoms stuck in her almost every Sunday morning. Almost every Sunday morning she had
And did
one.
you have to like take it out for her? Or
No,
did
she
you
just was
talk
like, I
about
have a condom in me. I got it by accident.
That reminds me of the
Oh my
girl who
God.
came from the
Yeah.
scratcher.
A girl in my elementary school had her first orgasm from at the mall when they had those like claws.
and we
that
touch on
go
this
your-
every episode.
Wait, that's well. I had a friend who claimed that when she was so in love, her boyfriend could make her come by just touching her stomach, rubbing her stomach. But I don't believe her. I think she was
I know
just
someone
lying.
who could come, a guy that could come from someone.
Sometimes I feel like I can come from getting a foot massage.
I know a guy that
Okay.
can come from like someone rubbing his nipples.
But
People
that's
come from doing sit-ups.
But
at the
guys
gym.
even.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. I know 2 women who come from doing sit-ups at the gym.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what I said.
Did they tell you after, or you see them come when
No.
you're at the Equinox?
They have told, they're friends of mine who've confided in me, and I'm betraying their trust. Live on air. This is live.
Name them.
Name them. I would never name them.
Sit-ups at the gym. Can they get
Like
it
it
from doing?
activates some sort of like.
What about sit-ups at home?
Yeah. Is it about?
Laughing before you even get that one
Well,
out.
do you think because is it about public? Do you think it's about like it's
No,
about
no, it's
performance?
sorry. It's not about. Cut the gym part.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing
just-
sit-ups.
Are you guys into Are you guys into public play? I'm not.
I'm not.
New segment. Are you into public play? I'm not.
I am not.
Yeah.
I like to be in kind of a nasty position to come. Like it's
Yeah.
and I would be self-conscious. My back, my doctor, I came, my masseuse told me my back is starting to curve weird from how badly I'm sitting.
I need to.
Oh, I thought you were
do
going to say
yoga.
from the disgusting.
So you guys,
position
guess
you're
what? I'm
in.
gonna
Yeah,
start
disgusting.
Pilates. So you guys, guess what? I'm gonna start Pilates next month.
Oh my god!
I would love to start that with
Slay.
you.
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. I'm gonna. Just,
I'm coming to LA so we can go to a class.
yes, like 4 people in my life have been like, I'm doing Pilates. It's
Are you
changing
going
my
to do
life.
like the traditional Pilates, or are you going to do one of those scary ones like solid core and
Oh,
where they turn all the lights off and scream at you?
I don't trust solid core, even though one of our listeners who I like a lot, a really good poet named Jacob, like he works at solid core, so this is no shade to him, but I, for some reason, don't trust solid core.
No, I don't trust it at all. It's really scary in there. You go in,
I don't know what that is. I'm like so out of the workout zone that I don't even know what that is.
It's like berries, but not.
It's like berries, but Pilates. Like it's a machine that is inspired by the Pilates reformer, but is much scarier. And the lights are all off.
Oh.
And it's like a kind of a cult, and they make you do like really crazy like positions and moves using all the levers and shit. But everyone knows what's going on because they've gone all the time because it's kind of a cult. So you're in a dark room, and the instructor's like 5, 6, 7, 8, mermaid, wheelbarrow,
Oh,
solid
God.
core queen. And
Yes.
you have to like look around, but it's also dark, so you can't really tell.
You
It's very
know,
confusing.
what was I going to say? people keep saying reformer to me.
Reformer is what I do.
But it's just
Where?
interesting
Can I
because
go
like
with you?
Yes, please. I would die to go to Pilates with you.
I would be really embarrassed.
No, it's really they give you so many options. It's called New York Pilates.
Where is it?
They have one on Houston Street. You're in the West Village, correct?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, we can go to the West Village location. Yeah, I would love that.
So I have two things I want to say. One, I want my arms to get toned. So readers, listeners, what should I do? And does anyone work at a New York I don't even know the words. Workout studio. I quit Equinox, so I want to start doing classes. So can someone get me into a workout class, preferably in the West Village for free? Thank you. Or discount, 50, 20%. I'll take it, obviously.
New York Pilates, if you're listening, I really want to go with her. So give her a free
New York
membership.
Pilates. I'm so scared of all the beautiful women.
No, they make you feel actually really safe.
Okay.
If
Actually, wait, you know what a beautiful woman said to me crazily the other day in Pilates?
What?
Pilates ends. I famously have truly insane bunions. The class ends. This girl comes up to me and she goes, I've never seen somebody who has worse bunions than me. Like, it's so amazing to meet you. Are you thinking of getting the surgery? And I was like,
It's so amazing to meet you. Are you thinking of getting the surgery?
No, you have to be off your feet for like weeks.
No.
Why do you have bunions?
It's just like a genetic thing.
It's
Cool.
also deals
they're
with,
really weird.
Honestly, it might be that you're wearing shoes that are too baggy in the midfoot.
I probably don't
that's
wear the right
on-
shoes
Because then you
for it.
slide
That's for
forward.
Sure.
Running
That's
store.
for sure.
You slide forward in the friction.
Baggy in the midfoot.
Like, not baggy, but like too wide in the midfoot. Too wide in the midfoot. You want a shoe that really grips you in the midfoot.
Cool.
Anyways,
So
we have
do
to
you
wrap
feel
up because
hot?
we
Okay, I don't feel hot. Do you feel hot today?
I feel a little warm. I feel I'm sorry also to
Oh,
to our viewers of whatever Instagram reel this becomes because I have noticed that I am shaking, which
No,
I
I
think
didn't
is
notice.
I
part of
noticed,
my
yeah.
sort of hangover
Shaking
caffeine
is like
situation.
shaking is like sometimes you feel but people don't see.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you guys have a crush of the week?
I'll say I'm gonna go to an escape room and dinner with my siblings.
You're going to an
That
escape
sounds
room
so-
today?
I love escape rooms.
What's
Me
the
dying
theme?
to come.
That's so
I don't know,
fun.
but of course it was like
You're so lucky. That's gonna be so
it's
fun.
gonna be so much fun. I like well, you know, it's one of those things where it's like we were like, let's get dinner, and then someone was like, we like to do we like board games and escape rooms and like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Someone's like, we should do an escape room. So then like someone sent a list of all the ones.
Is Grace going?
Grace is going. Someone sent like all of the options at this place, and then of course we can't agree on which one to do. Because some of them, it's like, I don't want to do one where it's like, there's a pandemic outbreak and you have
Yeah,
to, like,
no,
I'm like,
no,
that's a no for
no.
me. And then one sounded cool, but then like my little brother won't do anything that's like even seems somewhat scary.
We get it. Your birthday's on Halloween.
I know, not even that one. So like anyone, and I obviously like the scary ones because my birthday's on
He needs
Halloween.
to sack up.
I know.
Is it Jack?
Jack doesn't like the scary
Pussy.
ones.
Fucking pussy.
And then so I don't even, and then I lost track of the thread because I was like at a lunch, so I don't even know what we settled on.
Remy, I have to ask you something after this.
Okay.
My crush of the week is New York and friendship.
Totally agree, Queen. Mine is going to Pilates with you.
Oh, yes, I can't wait. Okay, and lastly, are y'all mad at me?
No.
No, not at all. Are you mad at me?
No.
No,
it's
are you mad at
heaven.
me because I was kind of like kept getting distracted by how my shirt was falling?
No, I am not at all. I'm just sorry that's happening to you.
I know it's terrible.
Do you think you'll be okay for the next episode?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
Okay, well thank you all for
everyone.
listening.
Go read Dead Weight.
Yes, go read Dead Weight. When the heart breaks, it do
not
break
break
even
even.
in our experience. And-
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait, can I say one thing about that exact line?
Yeah.
When I was doing my McNally event with Lori Moore, she was being so iconic and said a line that you guys would both really love where I
Yeah.
asked about romantic obsession. And
Oh,
she was
God.
like, well, Susan and I are actually both very interested in unequal affection. I mean, aren't we all? And if you really think about it, God's quite a shy lover himself, isn't he?
Oh my god.
I have full body,
It
full
was
body
amazing.
episode, full body
It was
episode.
amazing.
God is quite
A
Shy
shy
lover
lover.
himself.
Totally.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God is quite a shy lover. It's an amazing way to end.
Treatment. If you're boring as fuck, seek treatment. If you're unlucky in love, seek treatment. If you just can't take a hint, well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
That was a Headgum podcast.